Here we have Matt Pearce, CEO of Talk2 Media. They're the new organisers of AIM, and I just want to get his thoughts about where he's planning to take this forward in the next couple of years. Matt, g'day, welcome.
G'day, thank you.
What's happening with AIM?
Oh, well, we got so much on. Where do we start? Look, we were awarded the contract for AIM late last year or middle of last year, and really since then we've just been out and talking to people, finding out what they want out of AIM. We have the line of your industry, your event, and so it made sense to listen to what our colleagues in the industry wanted. And really ultimately everybody's looking for ROI. So there's no doubt that AIM has in the last couple of years reduced in size a little bit, and we're quite comfortable and confident that we can get that back. But it'll be through investment inevitably. So we're investing in the hosted buyer program. We will bring in more hosted buyers from around the region. You can see from the logo behind us that we're really pushing the fact that it's the Asia Pacific Incentives and Meetings event, not just Australasia, and that's important because we want to position ourselves as effectively part of the Grand Slam. If you've got IMEX Frankfurt, you've got IMEX in Vegas, you've got IBTM World, and we think reasonably that Asia Pac, as the biggest event for the industry, that Melbourne sits quite naturally with another Grand Slam. We have tennis, we should have the business events show as well.
And why not?
So we've got very high ambitions for the show, and core to that is investing in three things, and the three really are, as I touched on, hosted buyers. Second one is making sure that the networking is wide and varied and for many. We're a face-to-face industry, so we need to get people talking, and the networking function last night, or the welcoming party, there was no shortage of conversation going on. We want to make sure that's extended to everybody so that everybody gets a good opportunity. And likewise, development of people and the industry. So we can only do that through education. So the MCB and ourselves are working very closely on what we do on the Monday, and we're talking to some large associations both here in Australia and internationally to create a whole swag of educational opportunities both for individual development and corporate development of the industry. So they're the three things that we're really focusing in on, and we're changing the layout of the show. It'll have a different look and feel. And
Still 2 days?
Still 2 days, although we're incorporating much more the Monday as not necessarily the show being open, but those who are in early for the show to be able to come and interact, not necessarily on the show floor, but through education and networking. So it'll be a 3-day show.
Any thought about taking it City, Melbourne?
No thought at all. Melbourne, Frankfurt is still, IMEX in Frankfurt stays there, Vegas it stays there, IBTM has been in Barcelona. We're very comfortable with Melbourne being home.
Yeah, good. Now, hosted buyers, there was talk about having the sessions longer. Some feedback today has been pretty good about taking it out from 15 minutes to 20 minutes. Thoughts?
20 minutes with the wrong person is going to be a long 20 minutes. 15 minutes with the right person is not long enough. So we're looking at the whole thing. One thing we've done is spend a lot of time on trying to find the right hosted buyer software, if you like, so that we think that there's got to be a lot of flexibility in the software. We need to be able to build in a variety of different scenarios for our hosted buyers, and so some of them we may look at seeing how one can work and say, I want to spend longer with that person and see if you can almost double the time.
Almost instantly.
That's the theory.
Sure.
So why shouldn't it happen?
Sure.
But of course you've got a lot of other things in the back end to juggle. So we're focusing on the quantity of people and the quality of the people first, and the software will come. Now we know that there's software out there, so we're not panicking. We think we've got the right one on ice, but we're looking at it, and as we start to develop it and work out whether it should be 15, whether it should be 20, should it calculate walk time so that you allow people a sufficient time to get from A to B, all of those things are very real, and we're working hard on them.
AIM over the last couple of years, with all due respect, it's almost sort of same old, same old. Is there going to be anything wow or anything that's extraordinary that you're going to bring in that people are going to go and leave with, wow, they did this, or wow, that was amazing, it's never been done before? Is there anything going down that path?
I'll answer it a different way. we are looking for what is wow, but it's what's wow and what's sustainable sometimes can be two different things. I was in IMEX in Vegas last October, and I heard an association asking for a quote from a venue for a piece of business, and they said it's for 2023 and we will want 8 breakout rooms and we'll want this and that and we want the AV, and they were basing it and plotting it as though it's today. So they're not actually thinking about the future.
Yeah, right.
And I thought in a way maybe that's an indictment of the industry, that none of us quite know where it's going. I think it's fair to say that face-to-face is still alive and
100%.
well, and you know, the internet was meant to be the death of us and of all of us, and it hasn't. It's actually helped us grow. But the technology, there's a lot of people punting technology that I don't think actually we want.
Yes.
You know, they're looking at it almost as though it will be better because it's in electronic form rather than we actually need it.
Yeah.
And so I put it out there to the industry that, you know, we've got to evolve with what people want, not what we think they want.
Agreed.
So if we can find some of that tech for next year, we'll definitely have it here. But tech for tech's sake, it's the same as, you know, why bother?
That's right. Moving on, we never touched on seminars and workshops. How are you expanding that? Are you keeping that?
So I touched on the fact that we'll be running a lot of education on the Monday.
Yeah.
That will move into the Tuesday and the Wednesday. And really it's just working out what that mix is. So we want to have, if we can, professional development recognition and
that's what I did.
CBD points to go with everything. And it may be that the seminars on the show floor or associated are shorter, sweeter, and don't carry that. They're bursts of energy, if you like, of knowledge energy, and the Monday carries the professional development point. So we're just working through that, but yes, there will be education all days.
Because generally and historically, the second day's been quite quieter. So is this something that you will be looking at to bring and make it a little bit more interesting?
Yeah, we want people here on the Wednesday as well. Not everybody's going to need to stay for Tuesday and Wednesday. You know, you've got to have a last hour of a show, you've got to have a last day of a show, and the last day is always quieter. Yeah, we'll do that the rest of the time. We'll have plenty of opportunity for drinks, believe me.
No doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. But we will get to that point where we're looking at what we can bring in for the Wednesday that's unique to hold people here.
That's great.
But, you know, we only take the show over effectively or tomorrow on Wednesday evening.
Oh, wow.
And so we've done a lot to date, but we've let Reed get on and run the show. We haven't tried to get in and talk to exhibitors and so forth because they've done a good job putting the show together. You know, it's the last one. There can be little motivation at times. I think they've done a good job. We've stayed out of their way. Now our journey starts to ramp right up.
Goes on. Yeah. Anything that's completely different?
You'll have to wait and see for that. I'm not going to give you
logo.
I'm not going to give you everything. Well, the logo's new.
Yeah,
the logo's new. So, and part of that really was around that Asia Pacific, and you know, we're confident about the show. We know what we can do with it. We wanted a logo that showed that confidence and showed some style and some panache, because that's what we want to bring to the show.
Nice business cards, by the way.
Thank you. I'll buy the last bit. I'll fix the last bit soon.
Exactly. Matt, thanks very much for your time.
Pleasure. Thank you.